Hello, everybody. This is Vivian, and today is Thursday, and such a beautifully rainy day today. So I hope everyone's doing well. And tonight, or at least last night, kind of talked about. There was a question: who decides what you deserve? Only you. If we let other people decide for us what we deserve, then a lot of times we're not going to give ourselves or let ourselves have what we deserve or what we feel like we deserve, right? Because, everybody has an opinion, right? Um, if you're out there and you're saying, I want a big house, I want cars, I want money, I want everything, and everybody has a different opinion about what you deserve. So, you know, uh, that's their opinion. You get to decide what you deserve. So, tonight we're going to talk about shame. The topic is an exercise for shame and how to overcome the feelings of shame. Now, I'm not going to tell you that it's easy because it's not. A lot of people have a sense of shame about certain things that goes on in their lives. So, it's not easy to get rid of. It's not easy to overcome, but it can be overcome. So, let's get into that, shall we? All right. Shame is a powerful emotion that you can use to your advantage. What are you ashamed of? Could you turn that shame into a powerful statement of acceptance instead? For example, what if instead of saying, I'm ashamed of growing up poor, you said, growing up in poverty is what has motivated me to work hard and have a deep appreciation for all that I own. Using our shame this way allows us to thrive and move forward boldly. Give it a try. Okay, so, as always, I have an opinion about things, and so I have an opinion about this as well. So let's talk about that. So I looked up the Psychology Today definition of shame, and I'm going to read that to you. It says this is the official definition from that magazine. Shame is a painful emotion that responds to a sense of failure to attain some ideal state. Shame encompasses the entire self. The thought process in shame involves self-focused attention. Shame differs from guilt. Guilt involves a negative evaluation of a specific behavior. So that's their official definition of what shame is. To me, shame a lot of times results in a lack of self-confidence or self-worth, or you have a lot of self-doubt. Sometimes shame comes from being shamed by someone else. And in that situation, it's more of a verbal type of abuse that may require more than your own mental ability to reverse, because it's been put upon you, not necessarily something that you just feel because something that's going on in your life or that went on in your life, but because someone else drilled it into your head that you needed to be ashamed. That's something totally different, and that's something that probably would require counseling. So that's what I would suggest if that's the case. But in the example in the book, people can be ashamed of, how they grew up, their size, their shape, their body, how they look, what their clothes look like, what they wear, what their hair looks like, what their skin looks like, or whatever. and they have this misconceived notion or feeling about themselves or that situation, right? So shame, or the sense of failure that some people have about their lives, or about something about themselves, can sometimes seriously derail their lives. And there has to be a way to overcome shame. Now, some people will disagree, and I know they will, because some people do. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But we could take the advice that's given in the book and just turn the shame statement around, like the one they gave about being poor. Um, the example was, it involved somebody that grown up being poor. So the positive side of that would be, growing up in poverty is what motivated me to work hard and have a deep appreciation for all that I own. So personally, I grew up with not a lot of money. And I think I told you guys this before, but we didn't think of ourselves as poor. We didn't have a lot of money. And yeah, we struggled, with some things, but we always had a roof over our heads. We always had food to eat. We always had clothes to wear. We were loved, and we loved each other. So to us, we weren't poor, but we were told we were poor when we went to school. And the some of the activities at school, or some of the things that were said to us at school, made us suddenly kind of change that around and go, wait a minute, well, maybe we are poor. But poor, I've said this before in another segment, that poor is a state of mind. You're only poor is something that's up here. Not having a lot of money is a circumstance. So being poor is what you think. Not having a lot of money is what's the appearance of things, the reality of things, right? So you can't well, you can, but you really shouldn't marry the two. Okay, well, I grew up poor, I'm so ashamed of that. Well, don't be ashamed of that. Sometimes, like I said, when we grew up, we didn't have a lot of money. So because of that, I learned to improvise. I learned to budget. I learned to survive without a lot of money, but I worked really hard when I grew up so I could have more money, so that I can have more luxury in life and all of that kind of stuff. So being poor, as other people's definition, or not having a lot of money, was the catalyst to make me want to do better, to have a better life, to have more money, to have more things, to have, all this stuff, in addition to having the riches of love, family, and all, and togetherness and all of that. So for me, at least, my family was rich, not rich in dollars, but we were rich in love, and we loved each other, and we were together. And that's really, at that point, what we needed. We needed to have each other's back. We needed to love each other. We needed to be rich in that sense of the word. So we were not ashamed of our situation, which was, at the time, we didn't have a lot of money. Now, at least I wasn't ashamed of it, because I didn't really think I was poor. Because to me, poor meant you were out on the street and you didn't have anything. And that was not the case with us. So in my definition, in my head, I was never poor. So, so the turnaround for me, or the turnaround statement, I guess, would be that because I didn't have a lot of money, that I learned to work hard to get the money or get to things that I wanted in my life. So one of the things that I have been ashamed of was my body and how I let my body get so out of shape, and how I used food to mask pain for such a long time. Now, when I realized that I did this, I started doing something about it. So I started eating better. I started drinking more water, started having, exercising every day, speaking positive things to myself in the mirror, telling myself I love myself and I love my body and I love my life. And I'm not ashamed of my body anymore. Yes, can it be improved? Absolutely. But I'm working on that. And because I'm doing something about it, then I can eliminate the shame of it and just say, my body is what it is. And as I improve it, that just shows me that I love myself even more. And that I am working to make my body a temple, the temple that it is, and forgiving myself, just give myself a hug and say, you know what, I forgive you for that. Over. No more shame, Now, would I go out in a bikini right now? Probably not. But I'm not ashamed of myself. That's the difference. Because I'm not ashamed of it. It's just right now for me, it wouldn't be appropriate for me to do that because my body is not in the shape that I want it to be in. So I prefer a different shape before I go out and start showing it to the world, right? So what I encourage you to do is to turn your feelings of shame into something that empowers you, something that makes you feel like you're empowered to change it. What have you done to change anything that you were ashamed of? If you were ashamed of anything in your life, not guilty. Guilty is something else. We talked about guilt the other day. Guilty is you're feeling guilty of something that you did. Shame is a little bit different. It's a different emotion of something that just happened. It's not or something that went on in your life, or something that you perceive as not exactly where you want it to be, or a sense of failure. So, and like I said in the beginning, if you have shame, then you can change that. If you have been shamed, you can also change it, but you may need a little help with that. You may need some counseling. You may need someone to help you get over that hump of feeling differently about whatever situation you're in, or whatever's going on with your body, or how you look, or whatever, to change that into something more positive. I think sometimes too, in the matter of people being ashamed of how they look, if they had people around them that praised them and made them feel better about themselves, that can also be a great catalyst to overcome shame. Now, like anything else, it's going to take some time. It took me a while to really just accept my body the way it is. This is the way it is right now, and I'm working on it, but it's a slow process. But it was also a slow process of gaining all the weight too. So those changing habits can also help you overcome shame, and baby steps, like anything else, baby steps. Because if you take baby steps, excuse me, my nose is itching. If you take baby steps and to improve yourself or to eliminate shame from your life, you'll find that you're getting better little by little. It's not going to happen overnight. Nobody said, there's a magic pill that as soon as you start talking positive to yourself, you're going to change overnight. That's not going to happen. I'm going to tell you that's not going to happen. It is a process. Everything is a process, and you just have to go with the process. So that's my spiel for an exercise in shame, and how I feel that you can overcome it. So I want to talk a little bit about, excuse me, I don't know why I'm so itchy right now, but I want to talk about, and I did not put this in the description tonight. I don't know why, but I want to talk about the positivity challenge and what I did today. Like I said earlier, it rained all day today again. And so, it was off to the exercise room and to do the exercise equipment. So I got on my Total Gym and I did my introductory Total Gym exercises because, I'm building up my strength on that thing. And so I did some new stuff today, and I think I heard something back there because I know I'm feeling muscles that I didn't know I had. So, but it's all good because I know that all of that is good for my body, as I was talking about before. And so I did that this morning, and I felt really good afterwards. Got dressed. I did a lot of personal development stuff today. I did some meditations. I read in my coaching book, and I listened to my coaching. There's 3 chapters in the book that I read every day. So I recorded that, and so as I'm brushing my teeth and whatever, I listen to that then, and then I read other chapters later. And I have been working on my business and improving my skills in that area. So I felt really good today about all the things that I accomplished. So, it's been a win for me today, and I just felt really good. For my love and good stuff folder, I had a really big, long conversation with some people in a Facebook group that I'm in, and we were talking about skills and skill sets and everything, and I got a couple of compliments from people about my tenacity, and even though I don't quite understand everything they were talking about, I am working towards being better every single day, and I really like the fact that these people are so supportive and they don't shame you. Appropriate, huh? They don't shame you when you don't know something because, quite naturally, this is a group of people who are doing things to improve their knowledge and skills together. And some of them have more knowledge. Most of them have more knowledge and skill than me right now, but I'm learning. And as I take action, then you get all this praise from people, and it's very encouraging that you can do that. So that's what I put in my love and good stuff folder today, and I hope you guys are doing something great for yourselves, and treating yourselves in a good, positive manner, because you deserve it. Say it to yourself every day: I deserve something good, and I'm going to do something good for myself every single day. Even in the context of taking care of others, and I don't know what's wrong with my camera, it keeps going dark. But even in the context of taking care of other people, still do at least one thing. You got a list of 5. At least I hope you have a list of 5. You have a list of 5 things. Take at least one of those things and do something for yourself every single day and make yourself feel good. So I hope you're doing that. Okay. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and please like and share this video and subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. But in the meantime, I wish you peace. I wish you love. And I love you guys so much. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.